Series Xfinity Series racing this evening. Tonight we are from the three-quarter D-shaped oval that is Richmond International Raceway. Hello, everyone. I am HDRS Canute 907, joined in the booth tonight by my good friend and colleague, HDRS Biker OG. Biker, we've had some pretty interesting races so far. Last week we had our first time winner, U.S. Trek Enterprise win at the road course at Road America. We have some pretty exciting racing coming up for us tonight, though.
Yes, we do, and I'm sorry that I didn't mention to you earlier, Canute. If you could turn me up in the chat, I would appreciate it. Yeah, we're at Richmond Raceway in Henrico County, Virginia, ladies and gentlemen, with a capacity of 51,000. This D-shaped oval raceway is made of asphalt. It has 4 turns. It is 3/4 of a mile long. The banking is 14 degrees in the turn, 8 degrees on the front stretch, and 2 degrees on the back stretch. Tonight's going to be really exciting. We'll probably see some side-by-side racing quite a bit tonight. I doubt if it will get stretched out too bad. It's a great venue. They call it the Action Raceway for a reason, and I'm sure we're going to see a lot of action tonight, Canute.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely right. One thing that you could probably look forward to tonight is some beating and banging. It is a short track after all, and when it all comes down to it, one of the things that you definitely need to worry about is whether somebody is gonna throw a bumper to someone else's rear quarter panel, or maybe give them a little hip check with their door. But yeah, definitely a lot of exciting racing coming forward for tonight. Just waiting on some invites. We got 125 laps ahead of us tonight, divided into 3 stages. You've got stage 1, which should be somewhere around 37 laps, which will be a little bit beyond their pit window, I believe, so they'll definitely have to make some green flag stops here in stage 1. Stage 2 will be right on the border, but I think they'll be able to make it as long as their tires are able to outlast their fuel. However, we may end up seeing some green flag pit stops, even though I do not anticipate it. There being any pit stops in stage 2. And then stage 3 will be right around 76 laps, if I remember correctly.
Well, it's going to be exciting for sure, I can tell you that. There's a bunch of guys in here that are fighting hard through the season to get their points to make their way into the playoffs, and you're talking about a bumper to quarter panels, and I know it's going to be door handle to door handle, and I know people that come out of turn 2 after we get about halfway through a gas run are going to be getting a little loose, and we might find a few walls there. But I'm looking forward to a real exciting race. We had a real exciting practice the other night. Guys laid off guys. It was really great, so I'm looking forward to them doing a great job tonight, Canute.
Yep, so looking at the starting lineup here, of course I'm watching a stream that has very low quality pixels here. I'm trying to see if I can
Which one are
fix
you
that.
watching?
I'm watching Darks.
Try Happies.
Alright, I'll give that a shot. But I want to see if I can get the starting lineup going here. Happy apparently is on pole tonight. Looks like THC Drip Rev, or Rye as we know him as. He'll be starting in second, and the timer is counting down, so we should be able to join here shortly, there, Biker.
Sounds good.
So I am going to go ahead. There's the join message. So, getting set to go short track racing tonight here at Richmond International Raceway. Once again, this is the Xfinity Series. Going
Boy,
to
I can
Richmond.
tell you're old school, Canute. It's not called Richmond International anymore. It's just Richmond Raceway.
Oh, geez.
They
Yeah, yeah,
changed that
that's
back in 2010, I believe. We know you're old school NASCAR.
well. I still think that Watkins Glen has 11 turns instead of 7, but who am I to say?
Okay, well, let's see here. I'm getting in a little late, so you go ahead
Yeah,
and
well,
take the con,
I'm
sir.
kind of getting in a little late too. I am excited to say that Dark is taking over my number. Apparently, he's driving the number 90 Alpha Prime um, Fitness Chevrolet Camaro. He's out to the lead here early as Lando in the number 68 runs second side by side with Rye there in the number 08. So he
Yeah, we've
jumps
got
out into the
quite a
lead.
few real fast cars tonight, so it should be pretty close up front. I'm thinking nobody's running away.
No, no, absolutely not. Playboy Icy back there in fourth in the number 5 Toyota Supra. I almost said Camry, forgive me. Then there's Glad Bump. He's looking pretty strong so far early here in that number 16. Kind of got on the apron there a little bit coming off of turn 2, but looks like he's able to hold on to it. And then that's the 4 car Dark Knight. Did I say Dark Knight was driving the 90? I meant the 90 is being driven by Happy.
Yeah, and it does look like Happy's stretching it a little bit here early. Ahead of Lando and THC Drip. They're all running a good line. It looks like everybody is giving each other space. They're too wide at times, and they're still giving each other space. Nobody's banging, nobody's pushing.
We,
Probably just trying to get stage one, keep their car intact.
yep, it's all about feeling out your car this early in the race. Who knows whether settings might or track settings might have changed as Dark Knight goes for the move inside of Glad Bump, and he'll bring the 07 of Death Before Dishonor along with him. We had a car in the grass there. Looked like Pro Hit Pace Car and Wes Bowen were involved in those incidents there on the front stretch, but we stay green.
And it looks like we got 4 cars that have separated themselves a little bit from the rest of the pack up front now. And that 4th car is the number 5 of Playboy Icy.
That's right. Playboy Icy and THC Drip Rye all up in that championship battle with Lando and the number 68 machine. The only one not involved is our leader, Happy Racing or Happy 29 Racing. So as he continues to lead here, we'll take a look back from that beautiful red, white, and black number 90.
Looks like Icy's trying to take 3rd place away from Lando.
Oh, he's going to take second
and he's
as
cut
well.
underneath, and he's got 2nd just like that. And that puts Lando in 3rd and THC Drip in 4th.
That's what I love about short track racing. Things can happen in a blink of an eye, and it's all happening right in front of you.
And it looks like Dark Knight in the number 4 is coming up on those 3 cars that are fighting for 2nd.
That's right. So that moves Rye back to 4th. Lando is in 3rd right now. Dark Knight in that other black and green number 4 Chevy Camaro, working his way up through the field, catching up to the back end of Rye, and Lando goes back by for 2nd. Here comes
And that is the number 7 of Death, trying to catch up here, trying to make up a little ground on those guys.
Death has always been fast here. He, if I remember correctly, he and May Dale Be With You dominated the Xfinity Series race here last season at Richmond.
We got Glad Bump in the infield against the wall. Turn 1. Spun out. He's in the infield trying to get turned around.
That was close.
Almost causing a wreck.
And here come the leaders.
The leaders are coming. I hope he just stays down here. Just stay down in the infield.
Yep, right on the apron.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I don't know if he lost it or what happened. I didn't see.
Yep, I wasn't there either. I just saw that, unfortunately, he thought he had a fast car today, so he probably decided to hang it a little bit on the edge. Probably made a little mistake going through 1 and 2 there, and just ended up around there in 1 and 2. Now he's a lap down. Good news, he's the first car a lap down, so he still has a chance to get that lucky dog should the caution come out here shortly.
Exactly, and we know he'll get back in the hunt when he can. Right now, it looks like we have 2 cars that have separated themselves a little bit here.
Yep, that's Lando and Happy pulling away from third place. Playboy Icy, he's trying to hold off Rye as well as Dark Knight, and I'm riding on board with Death Before Dishonor in the 07 machine.
And he's almost up on their tail end right now.
That's right.
They're going to feel the pressure from him anytime.
Still early on here in stage 1, probably getting towards the third waypoint of this first stage.
And I hope you're enjoying what we call the Toyota Care 125. I'd just like to get a little shout out to our sponsors out there. And they are Diamond Gems Automotive. And if you need any automotive work, Diamond Gems, Flint, Michigan, the place to be. Vic's Pit Stop and Barbecue and Pizza. Minapeach.com. They're all our great sponsors. We enjoy having them aboard, and we enjoy giving the product that we put out there with these fine racers. What do you say, Canute?
Absolutely, and I wish we had some local sponsors around here in my area that I could support, but unfortunately, not quite in my area. But still more than happy to have them aboard here on
and one, one that didn't make the list yet, but it's a new one. It's Honda in Ohio. Another sponsor that we have.
That's right. That's a sponsor that's paid for, or sponsorship that's paid for. Oh, as we have a battle for the lead, as Lando has caught Happy in the number 90 machine. He's all over the back bumper.
We have a car looking to be lapped right in front of them.
Pro hit pace car. Happy is probably going to try and use him as a pick.
Oh, a little bumper there. Of course, Pro Hit was trying to stay in the middle of the track and actually not moving out of the way.
That'll be interesting to see what the admins say about that. As Happy still retains the lead, he's now back up to about a 4-car length, maybe 5-car length advantage heading off here into turn 1. Playboy Icy still back there in third. Oh, as THC Drip Rev is in the pits, he's coming out now. Hopefully for his sake it stays green so that he can get back on the lead lap and not get trapped a couple laps down. Honestly, that's probably a smart move on his part, but if it were me, I would want to stay out for as long as I can, just in case that caution does happen to come out here. You never know.
Yeah, and you never know. You're absolutely correct.
And that's probably the same strategy that I would play.
Oh, wow, what
tomorrow.
happened there with the 18 just flew across the track into the infield?
Wes Bowen probably getting a little loose in that 18 Toyota
he's
Supra.
Definitely loose. Icy's around him trying to get by him. He's staying low and going slow.
Yep, good job there, Wes. He just needs a little bit of help with setups, I think. Probably getting a little help running the track, and he'll get it figured out, I'm sure.
And they're all going into the pits right now. You got Happy, Icy, and Death all headed right into the pits at this moment.
That's right. So that should give the lead.
Looks like Lando's in there also. There's some more coming in.
Oh, yeah.
It's the 51 of Pro Hit.
I believe currently Dark Knight is our leader, but he's coming into the pits now.
And Death is apologizing to Rye.
So I think now our
And
new leader
the
is
Filsky in the number 1 car is in second. I think our leader is number 9, I believe.
the nine.
I could be wrong.
It's either the 9 of Jim Milton or the well, there's Stagg there as well on the number 8 machine. He's heading into
And
the pits
Milton's
now.
going in. Milton's going into the pits.
Don't forget, we've also got the 98 of Mikey Dan Mann Sr.
And he's out there still
Yep.
with Filsky. Happy's, of course, back on the track. All these guys are back up on the track now.
Oh, he got a little loose
That
off the
went
turn
in.
2 there. I think
So it
he
looks
is.
like in this grouping you have
Oh.
Happy, Lando, and THC Drip.
Now Mikey Dan Mann Sr. is pitting. You know, if it wasn't for the fact that I was going to be a captain this season in the Hammer Down Cup Series, I probably would have gone with this number 98 for Season 5 here in the Xfinity Series. You know, just to change it up a little bit.
Oh, there. Hey, you know what? Change is good sometimes. You know, some of these guys, you know, they've been around quite a while, and they've gone through a lot of changes, and that's why they're the great racers that they are today. Because like Wes Bowen, everybody's been there.
That's right.
And in HDRS, when we have somebody struggling, first thing we do is communicate with them and offer them help, give them setups, teach them how to run tracks. That's what HDRS is all about. We want to get people on the track, give them knowledge, make them become good racers so we can all have fun on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights.
Our current leader right now is the Filsky 89 in the number 1 Oreo machine. He's heading off into turn 1 now. Hard to say who's in second right now. I think that's actually, if I could find him, that might be, nope, it's not Pro Hit Pace Car. That would have made it Death Before Dishonor, actually. So Death tried to
And
take
he
a
just
two-title
got
route.
passed by Happy and Lando. I don't know if he had put him a lap
Yep.
down or whatever.
No,
but
no,
he
that
had
that
just
would put
passed.
him into back into 4th.
Back
So
into
Happy is
third?
second, 4th.
Oh, Happy second. Okay.
Yep. So
Tell you, on
now,
these short tracks, things change so fast. We don't have a leaderboard. It's hard to keep up.
yep, Filsky's pitting now, so that should cycle the lead back to Happy in the number 90 Alpha Prime Racing Chevrolet. Checking out on Lando here. He's our Xfinity Series points leader, I believe, coming into this race. Or
I'll
at
tell
least
you.
he's one- Go ahead.
I was going to go ahead and finish about Lando.
I was just going to say, if he's not the points leader, he's definitely one of the guys that's locked in. He's won the most
yeah.
races so far. I
Yes,
think
he
he would
has.
be top seed going into the playoffs if it were to start after this race.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. What I was going to say was something about Happy. And, you know, Happy, we're on a cup team together. And he was telling me about Richmond here and about driving the Toyotas. And he really wasn't planning on doing that well. Especially, he said, after the practice he had with everybody. He was planning on that his car would be a middle-of-the-pack runner. And here we are with him thinking he's a middle-of-the-pack runner, and he's not.
Well, coming around turn 4, white flag for stage 1 here, as Happy trying to hold off Lando Extendo for the stage win. If Happy can hold on to it, that's one less playoff point for Lando or any other of the Xfinity Series regulars here. As coming through turns 3 and 4, it will be Happy 29 Racing winning stage 1 with Lando Extendo ending up in second.
Was that Death in third?
Yep. Yep, Death Before Dishonor in third. Looks like it's going to be Playboy Icy in fourth. Dark Knight in fifth. And THC Drip Rev S in sixth.
There we go. Hey, that was a real nice, pretty clean first stage, it seems like to me.
It was
A
actually.
couple of guys had a couple problems, but otherwise it was green flag racing and green flag pit stops, and that's what we like to see.
I've always thought that the Xfinity series had the cleanest racing and all in hammered down, and they continue to show that. Sure, the trucks do have their moments, but I still think that the Xfinity series has got all of them topped. It's getting
Well,
set.
these guys, these cars are easier to handle,
That is
you
true.
know, so it makes the racers look a lot better. But here we go for stage two, ladies and gentlemen, and then we'll have Happy on the pole position with a Death on the outside, and right behind Happy is Icy, and right behind Death is THC Drip, and here we go.
Green flag racing heading off into turn 1 and 2. Death before dishonor trying to show his muscle as the cars come off of turn 2. That's Playboy Icy taking a peek heading into turn 3. He gets a little help from behind from Dark Knight and Rye. But it continues to be Happy out front in the Alpha
And
Prime
look, he
Chevrolet.
snuck over there. He got in the lead and put the pedal down, and he's moving away right off the bat. Hope Death will get on his bumper and stay with him, and they don't let him go. Because this is exciting racing. You're getting a Richmond here with 2 wide coming out of 4, back onto the front straightaway. 2 wide going into 1. And pretty clean racing. Pretty good give and take there, I think.
U.S. Trek Enterprise says hello from Carolina Pines Campground. Go get 'em, boys, he says. And they're putting on a show, Trek. We're missing you out on the racetrack, but we hope that you're enjoying some quality family time out there in the Carolina Pines Campground.
There you go. Yeah,
Watching,
he was laughing because he was in practice, and he said if he could figure out a way to take it with him camping without the wife talking to him about it, that he'd see if he could show up. So I think the wifey won.
yeah, unfortunately, at least for now. So you've got Rye just passing Lando there in the number 68, the 98 of Mikey Danman Sr., trying to see if he can catch up to Lando and take advantage of Rye and Lando battling there for the
I'll tell you
fifth
one
spot.
thing, these front 4 are moving away and racing hard.
A little bit of contact there between the 68 and the 08 once again. Here comes Mikey Danman in the 98. He's taking a peek down low in that Ford Mustang, in the Ford Performance Mustang. He's there on Rye. Maybe making it 3 wide, but thinking better of it, heading back into turn 1 and 2. U.S. Track Enterprise comments back with, wives always win, happy wife, happy life.
That's correct. That's a true story. And right now the true story is Dark is pressuring Icy really hard. Icy is pressuring Death. And those 3 are going to see what they can do to stay with Happy for the whole rest of the stage before I'm sure they make a big move.
And these guys are definitely much closer to Happy than stage 1. Happy pull it out to a fairly sizable lead there before pit stops happen. And then everybody just sticking right close to each other. Playboy Icy, he's showing that a lot of speed in that 5 all season long.
Yes,
Don't often
yes.
see that out of the Toyotas.
Hey, I'll tell you right now, go back to the second pack here, which you got Lando leading. There's some good solid racing going on back there, side by side racing, people switching positions. And it's pretty exciting in that second pack.
Yep, we've got Stag and Filski back there battling side by side. Stag in the 8, Filski in the 1. And you've got Rye falling back. He's side by side with Jim Milton in the number 1 machine. Good to
And
have
up
Jim
front it
back.
looks like Death trying to get underneath Happy here for the position. Looks like he's getting by him. Looks like he might clear him. We'll have to see here as they come through 3 4.
You know, I'm pretty sure that Death Before Dishonor is having flashbacks to season 4, because the 90, if you remember, the 90 car won stage 1 in season 4 here in
Oh, it looks
Richmond as
like
well.
Icy is making that pass on Happy also.
That's right.
Oh, they bumped a little bit there, kind of slowed that down. And
Going
you
on.
got Dark right on Icy's bumper. They're all trying to get by him. And I'm sure Happy's saying, you guys go by me. I'm going to make sure these tires make it to the end. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
He's
sir.
good like that. He's a thinking racer. He's always got his thinking cap on.
Well, right now, looking on Happy's stream, he's not really focused on his tire wear or his fuel. Looks like he's focusing on position where the relative gaps are between cars ahead and behind. So who knows? Maybe there won't be any pit stops here in stage 2 after all. As we continue to proceed through this race, Death Before Dishonor pulled out to about a 4 or 5 car lead ahead of Playboy Icy in the number 4. As Happy goes to work once again on the number 4 of Dark Knight, heading off into turn 3.
Oh, who is that up and higher?
That was Pro Hit Pace Car. He's a lap down. He'll just move over and let the leaders go by.
Well, here comes Lando and Dan the Man, Mike Dan the Man. I
That's
forget how
right.
to say his name all the time.
Mikey Dan Mann Sr.
Okay. I'll just call him Mikey Dan.
There you go.
We'll be good to go.
Jim Milton going to work on the 98 machine.
You know, and you got, and that's a true story. And the reason I'm speaking up is because I'm looking at THC Drip, who in that first stage was up in the top 4 the whole stage, and I'm kind of confused as to why he's sitting back here like in 9th place.
To be fair, it seems like Richmond, at least in the Xfinity cars, is a one-lane track. You get up and out of that bottom groove, and you kind of don't have anywhere to go. I mean, who knows? Maybe it was traffic playing involved there. Maybe he made a bad adjustment heading into stage 2 here. But I'm sure that Ryan will get it figured out. He's a strong racer. He's a good competitor, and I'm sure that we'll see him up towards the front before races end.
Oh, I'm sure he'll be up there. I was just wondering if he's just kind of laying back for a reason, or is just happenstance got him to end up where he was at. But anyway, excited. That exciting part of that group is a little gone now as they're stretched out in a single line.
And Jim Milton's taking a look once again, taking a look to the inside of Mikey Danman. If I could cycle back around there.
Can't quite get it though.
Yep, Mikey Danman holding on in that lone Ford Mustang in the field. In fact, he's the only Ford running in the top 2 divisions here in Hammerdown.
Hey, and right now it looks like Playboy Icy has made up some distance on Death, and that looks like Happy and Dark are fighting back there, and it looks like Happy has moved back up into 3rd place.
Yep, Happy has improved in that number 90 machine. And so he's up into the 3rd spot, trying to advance up to Playboy Icy as he gives chase to the 07 of Death Before Dishonor.
And he's just about caught him after Death had that little bit of lead going for a little bit. So we're going to have to see what happens here. When we find out about how many more laps we have in this stage, it can't be a whole lot.
I'm trying to bring it up right now on Happy's stream. Geez, it seems like no matter what stream I'm on, the best quality I can get is 144 pixels.
Well, if you can read it, that's all that matters. If you can't, that's the way it goes.
Looks like there's about 21 laps left in the stage.
Oh, that's a long stage.
Well, as the 5 of Playboy Icy got high, that allows Death Before Dishonor to clear, and here comes Happy back in that number 90. Here comes
Happy and Dark with Dark on his tail. Boy, that changed in a hurry. That's Richmond, though. That's why they call it the Action Raceway.
Mm-hmm. So the top 4 covered by a blanket. Not too far behind is Lando in the 68. Jim Milton has gotten around the number 98 machine of Mikey Danman Sr. for the 6th spot.
Yeah, he has. And now you got Icy pushing Dark.
And Jim Milton actually got his first Hammer Down Series win last week at Road America, so congratulations to him.
Oh, we got somebody in the infield. Who's that? Let me see. It's the number 8 of Stag.
Oh,
spun
man.
out in the infield in the grass area, trying to get it going again now.
Tough break for our resident blue man in the group.
Yeah, and he got a little bit of wall and got some damage on the front of his car.
Ah. That's all right. Stag will be back, as Playboy Icy has gotten around the 4 of Dark Knight for second. Now Dark is trying to play defense against the 07 of Death Before Dishonor.
Isn't this amazing? Now we got Happy back out front again. We got Death back and forth again. Icy in second, Dark in third, and we got Mikey Danman and Jim Milton.
You know, unofficially, I think we have.
Does that look like Mikey Danman got by Jim Milton again? Is that
no? That's Death Before Dishonor. Jim just happened to get around the 68 of Lando.
There you go. We'll see
and
what
Mikey
happens
Danman
here.
is actually back behind Rye now. So moved Mikey Danman back to 8th. Rye is back there in 7th. But Playboy Icy trying to give chase once again to the number 90 of Happy. But looks like Happy's car built for the long run, as there is now... Oh, sorry, the 21 that I was reading was laps. Or, I mean, the lap time, not the actual laps left. But it looks like we're coming to 2 to go this time.
Yeah, Happy laid back until he knew when he had to go. Guys made a mistake. He took advantage of it and jumped out front. And it looks like he may win this stage.
So the number 90 quite likely to sweep the stage here. As I'm looking on Happy's stream, the tire and the fuel light is on. As one more trip around the speedway here in stage number 2. Icy trying to get around the 51 of Pro Hit Pace Car. He does so. Not quite close enough to make a move heading into turn 3. Now it looks like it is going to be Happy 29 Racing once again. Oh! Oh my gosh, it did happen. Playboy Icy got the stage win as the 90 of Happy ran out of fuel coming across the line.
Man, that is exciting, wasn't it?
It was.
That was exciting. Well, that's what it's all about here at Hammer Down. Exciting racing. Come out here, and if you're going to spend your time and take time to watch these guys race, it'll be more than worth your while. So who all do we have out there tonight, Canute, in HDRS country?
Well, looking at the rundown right now, it was Playboy Icy that got the stage win with the 90 of Happy Racing in second. US Track Enterprise, the only one to chime in on the stream here. Once again, thank you to all those watching. Next week, feel free to tune in as the Hammer Down Racing Series heads off to Bristol. And the truck's heading to Eldora.
Gotta love Bristol.
Oh,
well, here we go. We got Icy out front. We got Happy and Dark fighting for second. You got Jim Milton in fourth.
Rye got put in the wall in turn 1.
Looks like they're going for it.
The 08 machine of Rye.
I'm sure he's real happy about that.
Didn't see what happened. I think someone tried to maybe force something that necessarily shouldn't have happened, but hey, that's short track racing.
Yeah, it is, and now we have Death at the back of the pack. Only a couple cars behind him now.
Yeah, I think Death.
He's right on Stag's fender. who is right on the 47. Oh, the 47 of HDRS Hardback.
That's right. It's our league owner there in the 47 machine. He's trying to make a move on Mikey Dan Man. He's on the inside heading into turn 1.
Looks like he made the move to me.
Running on the
You
outside,
think
though.
so? You think he's going to get it?
Yep, he's got him.
There he is.
So
Ooh, we got some cars. Look, these guys aren't spreading out now like they did last time up front. You know, they took a good run and put some distance on these guys, but right now it doesn't look like a whole lot of distance is going on. And right now at the front, we have Happy right on Playboy Icy's rear end, followed by Jim Milton in third.
And Happy is making
I guarantee you, Jim Milton will have something to say at the end of this race.
Yeah, Jim Milton is fast in these Xfinity Series cars, as Happy is able to make the move on Playboy Icy, and now Playboy trying to make the crossover, but not going to happen heading off turn 2. A little bit of contact.
He's trying to get under him. Happy went a little high, giving him a little room.
Dark Knight is there as well. Here comes Lando, as well as the one of Filski.
Oh, I like O'Filski. I'd like to see him in this mix up here. He's another guy that has some great strategies and knows exactly what he's doing out there on the track.
Filski has a strong car when it comes to Xfinity. He always knows how to build setups that make his tires last. And I have a lot of respect for Filski on that. But, well, right now, holding down the 6th spot as we watch Jim Milton trying to defend the 2nd spot from Playboy Icy in the number 5 Supra.
And look at him. And now Lando's in the mix. You got Filski. You got Dark. It's going to get interesting. You got Mikey Dan behind him back there.
So it's going to be 37.
Oh, there's a little bumper. There's a little bump to the one with Filski.
That's a little short track action for you.
Dart got underneath him, gave him a little door handle to door handle, took his position.
Playboy Icy getting back around the 9 of Jim Milton.
We got Death past Mikey Dan.
Let's see here, that'll be 4th, 5, 6, 7th spot now for Death Before Dishonor.
And he started like in what, 10th, 11th?
I think so, yeah. And that's
there's
Rye
only
coming
two
out of
cars
the pits.
behind him. And there's a pit strategist, so coming out of the pits, there's a reason.
I'm not so sure that strategy. Remember, he got involved in that wreck on the first lap of stage 3.
Yeah, but I thought he just bounced off the wall. Did he spin out and everything? I didn't see that.
Yeah, he spun out and nosed it right into the wall there. So, unfortunately, unless he can get a caution, I'm not so sure that Rye's race is over.
So right now you have Happy moving away again.
Dark Knight, Jim Milton battling back here. This is for the 4th or no, excuse me. Yeah, it is for the 4th position.
And Rye with those fresh tires. I think Icy was a good sport and went up high, knew he had fresh tires and let him go because he knew he wasn't battling for any position here.
Getting a little racy.
Let's see what happens when Rye gets up to Happy. Let's see what happens here.
Death Before Dishonor trying to make some
I'm sure
moves
all
on
he wants
Filski.
is this one. He just wants this one lap back, Happy. He's got fresh tires. Let's see what happens. And Icy gets underneath Lando again with Dark behind him. Taking away 2nd spot again.
And here comes Jim Milton as we
have a caution. Looks like we have a caution, folks.
Maybe the 98 of Mikey Dan Man Sr. involved. Not sure who else is involved at this time, but that's a lucky break for the 08 of Rye.
Yeah, I was hoping he would just get in front of Happy before anything like that would happen.
Yeah, but I think he's still one lap down now.
Yeah, so do I. But anyway, we're under caution here at what we call the Toyota Care, a 125. And again, I'd like to let you know about Honda in Ohio. If you're looking for a car, if you're looking for your Honda to get worked on, that's the place to go. If you're out there in Flint, Michigan, you want to go to Diamond Jim's Automotive Repair, and out to Vic's Pizza, Barbecue, whatever you want. And don't forget about Mina.com. Yes, that's Mina.com for all your fun gadgets and things from Canada.
Green Flag Racing once again. Happy leads the field off into 1 and 2. Playboy Icy trying to hold on as Dark Knight back there battling side by side for the third spot with Jim Milton. A little bit of contact there. Dark Knight is through. That'll bring Lando down along with him. And Death Before Dishonor now making a move into 1 and 2.
I'd like to correct myself real quick. That is minapeach.com. minapeach.com.
Thank you, Biker. You do a great job with that, man.
Thank you. Thank you, Canute. Likewise, you do a great job calling the race. I'm just glad to be here with you, enjoying your company.
Well, it's always appreciated. Gets kind of lonely up here in the booth by yourself, especially for a short track here.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine with everything going on. Pretty wild. But right now, what I got going on is we still have Happy out front, chased by Icy and Dark. And I believe is that Death behind them? I can't tell right off the top. That is Death with Lando on his tail.
That's correct. I'm on board with Lando right now. Trying to see if he can make a move on Death Before Dishonor or watch for a move happening up ahead of him.
You want to see him move. You got Stag slowly but surely coming up on Lando. And we all know how good that guy is.
Yeah, Stag had that unlucky break as we catch Glad Bump getting into the wall coming off of turn 2. Man, turn 2 is so dangerous here at Richmond.
You know, if you don't have your tires right, that's the one thing that'll kill you here. You mess up on your springs, mess up on your shocks a little bit, but if your tires aren't right and you give it gas a little bit too early, you're into the wall and into the infield there.
Oh, okay, so say your car is loose coming off at turn 2, but it feels fine everywhere else. What would you do, Biker?
Well, I would go down maybe 1 or 2 clicks on the right rear and up maybe 1 or 2 clicks on the left front.
On the left front? Interesting.
Yeah, to balance your car out a little bit, because what's happening is your car's a little bit out of balance. Okay? So what it's wanting to do when you're giving it gas a little early coming out of 2 is your nose is wanting to turn down a little bit. So to stop that, you take some air out of the right rear. That lowers the right rear. You put a couple of clicks of air in the left front. That levels the car out a little bit better, so the nose won't dip too hard when you come out of the turn.
Maybe something to think about for tomorrow night's Cup Series race here at Richmond International Raceway. Excuse me, Richmond Raceway. 200 laps for the Cup Series tomorrow night.
Yeah, 200 laps, boy. That's going to be a race, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And you know that we haven't had a race, or we haven't had multiple winners in the Cup Series so far this season. Every race has been won by somebody different.
Well, you know, and that just goes to show you the talent that's in that Cup Series. You know, there's a lot of talent, a lot of people that want to win these races, and just like Ringo Starr says, it don't come easy.
No, sir, not at all. Playboy Icy trying to hang on to second as Death Before Dishonor and Dark Knight.
Oh, we got Lando and Death's rear end there. Kind of shoved him up out of the way.
And we're 3
Getting
wide.
underneath him.
Death backs out. That allows Lando to clear for 4th spot.
And here comes Stags and Jim Milton. Oh, and Death just got put in the wall by Lando. Looked like to me. I mean, Dark.
Was that
Dark that he got?
That was Dark that Lando got or put in the wall. I don't think that Lando meant to do that. I think
no, it looked more like a racing incident to me.
Yeah. Richmond tends to do that off a turn two. Just looking at that transition, even here in spectator view, it looks very menacing, if I might add. But now it looks like Dark may have suffered some damage, and he's falling back in the clutches of Jim Milton
And Stag,
and
yeah,
Stag.
sandwiched between them, and then you got Mikey Dan behind them. So we'll see if these guys can hold it together. I know there's got to be at least one green flag pit stop here. And we're going to see when that's going to come here.
Yep,
Probably
that's
in
right.
just a few more laps.
The stage being right around 60-something laps long.
I believe that's
sorry,
right.
50
58.
something.
Yeah, 57, 58, I think. But right now, they got to wonder if Icy's going to be able to catch Happy and if the rest of them are going to be able to get up to where Icy and Happy are at. But, of course, Death has made some moves and is now in third place.
That's right.
Charging on to Icy.
You know, one thing that Death does pretty well is getting onto pit road. He might have the occasional situation where he puts himself into the barrels going into the pits, but other than that, Death is one of the best in the league as far as getting onto pit road. Playboy Icy has done a pretty good job as well. I haven't raced enough with Happy to be able to say yes, he is among the best, or no, he is not. But pit road, getting into pit road, and that lap coming off of pit road can do wonders for where you end up after the pit sequence. So we'll keep an eye out on that.
Yeah, it takes a little skill, and I think the guys that have raced here the most and have been in those pits the most are going to be better off than the guys that haven't been. Because when you got to come around and slow down, make sure you're, I believe it's 40 miles an hour here to get in the pits.
That's correct.
And when you come out, having to stay on the apron, you know, the old trick from all of us is you don't come out of the pits in first, you come out in second. Make sure you stay on the apron and don't come up on the track, and then hit it on the back straightaway to enter.
And that pit entry comes up very quick as we watch a battle between Stag and Dark Knight. Dark able to get back around the number 8 of Stag, but here comes Stag back crossing over off of turn 2. Not quite able to clear into 3 and 4. Looks like Dark is going to hold him off on the high side. Haven't seen that all night long.
And so that's for the P5? Is that position 5 we're talking about?
I think it's... I thought it was P6. No, it is P5. Never mind.
There you go. Right now you have Icy has moved up closer to Happy, and Death has moved up closer to Icy, and Lando is in fourth doing his thing.
Back up to Happy here. As I was saying, that pit commitment line in turns 3 and 4, that comes up quick with the apron of turn 3 and 4 basically being blind.
Well, if you're going down the backstretch and you look at turn 3, you got the line there that shows you to get into the pits, but that means you have to slow down real fast because you have to stay on the apron going around the whole turn there before you get in the pits.
Well, Death before Dishonor made a little bit of contact with Playboy Icy in 3 and 4, so moved Death up into the second spot behind Happy.
That looked like your classic little bump and run to me, and Icy says, I'm not having any of it. I'm coming back underneath you and showing you how to get my spot back.
Pit stops are happening. Couple guys coming into the pits. That's West Bowen.
Coming up.
West Bowen in the pits, checking to see who else is in the pits there. That is Harvick 29. So Pyle, as we have known him for a while, he's still in this race, hanging in there. As the field starts thinking about green flag pit stops. Probably coming up to right around lap 100. Maybe a little bit later in this race. Can't quite see Yeah, it's the picture quality on Happy Stream, just not quite doing it for me.
We'll
But that
switch back to dark, see if something goes on, or if it's just you're on Wi-Fi overload.
no, I'm not on Wi-Fi. I'm on the I've actually disconnected Wi-Fi to help make this stream as smooth as it possibly can be. So battle for the league going on right now. Happy trying to hold off Playboy Icy as
What do you
Playboy
what are you
get
running your stream on, Canute?
Wi-Fi.
Okay.
But Playboy Icy has been able to get past Happy, and here comes Death Before Dishonor trying to make it 3 wide for the lead in 1 and 2. Not
I'll
happening
tell
this time.
you, and you got the boys right behind them, all tied up together, racing hard there for 5th place. You got Dark going underneath Lando. You got Jim Milton trying to go on. Lando just dove in the inside there. Oh, that must be the end of the stage.
No, that's definitely. Oh, that is the race.
That's the end of the
That's the
race right
race.
there. It's over. I figured
Wow.
it was. Yeah, came quick, didn't it?
Yes, it did. So Playboy Icy got the win. That race, the end of that race just snuck right up on us. So Playboy Icy, Happy, and Death Before Dishonor, your top 3 tonight. So let's send a message out to the PlayStation chat and get Happy and Death to the booth. Or no, Happy and Playboy to the booth.
Yeah, so Icy got him at the line. You have Happy in second. Who else do you have there, Canute?
Death Before Dishonor would have been in 3rd there, but that was as best a quality as I could see. So
That was amazing.
it was a fantastic race.
That was a race. I bet you, I think Happy led the most laps, but boy, the switching back and forth, between guys from 2nd back to 6th, it was nothing but a hard-on race the whole time.
Absolutely. Taking a quick look at the fast laps, looked like Dark Knight got the fastest lap of the night with a 21.035. So good lap there. Sending out the message now.
Jim Milton had a 3.9.
Happy and
That was interesting. Well, I guess they were telling people they could get out of here. They must have got all the pictures at the end.
Yep.
It's fantastic. Did you call Icy and Happy to the booth?
Yeah, I just put through the message on the Xfinity Series chat.
There you go. Get these guys in here. Oh, there, I see it come up right now. It took a little bit. Yes, Death is correct.
Yep, Death saying that was a close race, 5 or 6 all running the same speed.
Yes. And
Do we need to add Happy to the booth chat?
I don't think so. But, okay, I see that picture. Okay, so it's Icy, Happy, Dark, Death, Lando, Milton, Mikey Dan, Filski,
Oh, so
The
we need to
Drip,
get Death in here, or Dark in here
THC
as well.
Drip. Dark is 3rd.
And there's our winner right there, Playboy Icy. Congratulations, man. You kind of stuck that one in there on us.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. I was just racing,
Yeah, you were. You were racing hard, and if you weren't in 1st, you were in 5th, and if you weren't in 5th, you were in 3rd, and if you weren't in 3rd, you were in 2nd. Boy, I'll tell you, it was an action-packed race up front, and really enjoyed watching you race tonight, buddy.
Appreciate it, man. I was just racing my heart out. It was a great race, though. Everyone had a good car. Nobody really seemed too out of the, genre that we were all in together, and it was just great racing. Great action-packed racing.
Oh yeah, it was.
You know,
Yeah, it was. What kind of strategy did you have tonight? Because I seen you waited with about 2 or 3 laps to go and then made your move to get up front.
Me and Death were both. I was just running in between, trying to gain as much time I could on Happy without running myself out of the race. My car was long run. Every car that I have is long run at short track, so I was just waiting for my time to come. And eventually, I started seeing me gain, and I just had to, lock it in, put my car where I needed it to be, and I made the moves I could.
Well, you did a great job, and congratulations on a great win tonight.
I appreciate it, Biker.
And once again, that was Playboy Icy. I believe that puts him more solidly into the points lead for the Xfinity series. Happy, have you joined us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, congratulations on a very, very strong run. Led the most laps, and you won stage 1. Thought you were going to win stage 2. Thought you were going to get the win. But, sir,
I ran out of gas.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
that.
we saw that.
I ran out of gas on 4. It chugged twice and stopped. And I'm like, what in the world? And it cruised.
Yeah, you want to talk about your race other than that for us?
I mean, I had a good car. It wasn't getting loose on me in the long run, except for that very last run. It was starting to get just a little bit loose, which is why Ice and them caught me, I think. 'Cause otherwise, if it had been handling like stage 1 and 2, I believe I could have kept that half-second gap.
Oh yeah, you'd move out there, and then those guys would slowly but surely start reeling you in.
Yeah,
But you had a great race. Yeah, great
missed
car.
a couple corners, had to overcorrect. Once you piss your tires off, it takes you a few laps to recover from it, really. And he had done caught me by then, and then he moved me.
Well, hey, yeah, and I was going to ask you. I think it was stage 1. I think it was you dropped back into 4th place, and then had to move your way back up again to 1st before the stage was over to win the stage. I was wondering, did something happen there, or you just decided to relax for a minute?
I missed my mark just a little bit, and I thought Death. I could barely see where Death was in my mirror. I couldn't quite tell if I was clear or not, so I just stayed high and let him have it. And I figured I'd fall back in line and come back.
There you
so,
go.
Yeah, I slipped a little bit, and I just let Death go, and obviously the other 2 followed him.
There you go. Well, no, you know what? And that's a great veteran move. And that's what you are, a great veteran driver. So that's a great veteran move. You probably did the best thing for yourself you could do. And you gave us an exciting race tonight. We followed you most of the race tonight. I just can't say more than when they call Richmond the Action Raceway, boy, we had some action tonight. Hello, Dark Knight. How are you doing?
Pretty good.
How do you feel about the race you had? You were up front, back in the middle, up front again, tied up in 5th and 6th place.
Yeah, I feel pretty good. I got to apologize to Lando, man. I got him coming out that last turn there at the last lap. He kind of drifted up, and I saw my chance to get in there, and then I guess he went to shut it down, and I still drifted up some, and I touched him. And he went from 4th to 9th, I believe it was, because he hit the wall, and we barely touched on my screen, but apparently it was harder than that on his.
Well, earlier in that race, I seen Lando give you a little door handle and send you up a little bit.
Oh yeah.
It's Richmond. It's tight, and people are door handling it a lot there. But congratulations on getting 3rd place. You had a good run tonight. You had a good car.
I figured go for it. Like I said, last turn, last lap, but I didn't want to, do that to him, cost him spots. It just kind of happened that way, man. So that was all on me.
I hear you. Well, hey, guys, I want to thank all of you for having a good race. I want to thank Canute for being generous enough to let me be here in the booth with him again tonight. I want to appreciate Playboy Icy, Happy 29 Racing, and Dark Knight 271974 for what a great race they put on tonight. And as always, this is Biker, living life behind bars. Have a good evening, everybody.
Thank you very much, Biker, for joining us again tonight, and thank all of you for watching the stream. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night, not to Hammer Down Racing 2, but to Big Rig 634's channel. He will have our Cup race here at Richmond tomorrow night, 200 laps around the Richmond Raceway. And then next week is Bristol Motor Speedway for the Xfinity and the Cup Series. and the Truck Series go to Eldora. That will end our stream for tonight. Once again, congratulations to Playboy Icy as well as Dark Knight getting third there, and Happy for getting second. We will see you all next week, everyone.